We are saying goodbye to sharp brows and harsh contour lines, and we are saying hello to soft glam. Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Lauren, and today I am teaching you how to get this beautiful, easy, soft glam look. You guys are actually in for a treat because I am sprinkling in some hacks on how to make your makeup not look cakey and how to make it last all day. I already know what you're thinking. Lauren, I don't even wear makeup like that anymore. I am just at home. I'm not going anywhere. I'm constantly wearing a mask. I don't wear makeup like that anymore. Girl, let me just start off by saying, me too. To be completely honest, I probably only wear makeup about 2 days out of the week now. But when I do my makeup, this is my go-to look because, drumroll, it takes me 15 minutes. Yes, 15 minutes. This look is so quick, it's so easy, perfect for beginners if you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I just want to look snatched like everybody else. This look is Zoom meeting friendly. This look is monolid friendly. This is just such a versatile look because of the neutral matte warm tones. It's chic, it's sexy, it can be professional, it's timeless, and I just love this look so much. Before we get started, if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already, and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more makeup content like this. So grab your makeup bag, grab a snack if you're just here for the fun, and let's jump into today's video. So I have prepped my skin with my full skincare routine. I have some lip balm on my lips, and I have gone ahead and done my brows off camera because I've been doing the same brow routine for the past few years. It's nothing special. So we're just gonna jump right into eyeshadow. I'm gonna be priming my lids with concealer, and let me just say, I don't know who needs to hear this, but do not buy eyeshadow primer. That shit is a scam. Concealer will work 10 times better and it'll save you money. So to prime my lids, today I will be using my good old Tarte Shape Tape. Remember her? I know you forgot about her. Bring her back, girl. She is the best eyeshadow primer base for your lids. Just trust me. The reason why I like using concealer as a base is because it really just neutralizes any discoloration on your lids. For instance, I have pretty veiny eyelids and I also do have some discoloration, but the pigment on this just kind of neutralizes everything and acts as a perfect base for eyeshadow. I'm just gonna apply kind of like a generous amount onto my lids. And the only tricky thing about this is that it dries pretty quick, so you gotta work fast. So I'm just gonna take my finger and kind of blend this out all over my lid. Okay, so even though the Tarte Shape Tape does have a matte finish, we are going to set our concealer base with some translucent powder. I have found that this makeup pack just really provides the perfect base for eyeshadow to just glide on and really bring out the pigment in the eyeshadow colors. So I'm gonna go in with my good old faithful Laura Mercier translucent powder and just lightly dust a layer of setting powder onto the base that we just applied. All right, eyes are prepped. So now that we have our eyes prepped, we're gonna move right into eyeshadow. And the star of the show today is going to be my favorite go-to palette. This is the Artist Couture Supreme Nudes palette. This palette is so beautiful because it has a perfect balance of matte transition colors. It has a few shimmers in there. And if you are a warm tone neutral girl, this is your palette. And can I just say the size of this is perfect for traveling, even though traveling, what's her? We don't know her right now, but this is just easy to just throw in your bag. Not sponsored, but this is the shit. Buy this palette. So I'm gonna go in with the color Transcend, which is like this beautiful brown tone matte shade right at the top right here. And I'm just gonna take a regular eyeshadow brush and apply this all over the lid. Now the best part about this step in your eyeshadow is that you can be kind of messy because this look doesn't require any crazy cut crease or precise application or blending. So I'm just gonna slap this all over my lid. I'm just going quick with it. So next we are going to blend away any harsh edges you might see. I am going to be taking my E.L.F. Fluffy Eye Blender Brush. You can use any fluffy eyeshadow blending brush. This is just my go-to. It's so affordable. I think this was like $3 from Target. Super cheap. You do not need to spend a crazy amount of money on eyeshadow brushes, y'all. E.L.F. is the shit. I'm just gonna be taking this brush And mind you, there's no product on this brush, it's just a clean brush. And I'm just gonna be kind of softening the edges. I like to go back and forth in a windshield motion and then kind of do small circles outwards up towards my brow bone. So as you can see, it's already blending so quick, so easy. No product on this brush, just blending away any harsh edges. Now we're gonna go back in on the same spots that we were blending in, and we're gonna add a little color. So we're gonna go in with this kind of a peachy orange color called Nudes, right on the corner right here, using the same brush. And we are just gonna pop that in right where we were blending. So I like to go back and forth. And then once there's enough product right in my crease, you can kind of just start working it outwards and blending it out and upwards towards your brow. And we are more than halfway done with this eyeshadow step. Like I'm telling you guys, so easy. The brush really just does all the work for you. And this is just so easy. Now that we have our base in a beautiful transition color, we are just going to top this off with a brow bone highlight. And I will be using this kind of a matte creamy color right at the top called Exposed. Usually for a brow bone highlight, I like to use kind of like a smaller, more defined brush. And I focus right in the arch of my brow. And then I'll just bring it outwards because I don't want to bring the highlight too far in. And of course, if you're working with any matte white color or cream color, it can get a little chalky and there is going to be some fallout. So what I like to do is go back in with my E.L.F brush, just pick up a little bit more pigment of that Nudes color and blend those two colors together. So that is it for eyeshadow. I'm telling you guys, this is so quick, so easy. It looks like we spent a lot of time on our eyeshadow, but we didn't. So we are going to move right on to eyeliner. To keep this look really soft in neutral tones, we are gonna stay away from a black liquid liner winged look. Yes, I know. I know some people are very loyal to their winged liner, but just tuck her away for today. And we're just gonna really want to focus on like a beautiful airbrushed warm tone look. I am going to be using a pencil liner for today. This is my Morphe eyeliner pencil, and this is in the shade Richie. And this is actually a dark brown. So I'm telling you guys, we're staying away from any harsh contrast, harsh lines, and we're just gonna stay true to this soft glam look. So I'm gonna be applying this on the lash line, and we're really just gonna like emphasize our lash line without going crazy with it. So the fact that this is dark brown, it really just softens this look up while still making our eyes appear larger and more awake. And I love this pencil because it just glides on so smoothly. Have you ever used like a pencil liner and it just like stabs you in the eye, or the shavings are really sharp? No. You will not come across that with this Morphe pencil. It just glides on so smoothly, and the pigment is great. It doesn't smudge, so this is my go-to. So moving on to lashes, this is totally preference. If you want to pop on some false lashes, you can. However, sometimes I feel like when you wear fake lashes, it just kind of hides all of the makeup that you've just done, all of the hard work, and it kind of hides the color on your lid. I naturally have like really curled lashes, so when I wear falsies, they're like, whoa. So I am just gonna be applying mascara, and honestly, this just saves a lot of time because we all know applying lashes takes some patience. So I'm just going in with my Maybelline Falsies mascara. I have been using this for years. Like, I'm one of those people where if I find a good mascara, I'm not gonna try any other ones. Like, I'm gonna just stick with this because I know it works for me. It's a good old faithful, and she's never done me wrong. And she makes me feel like I have lashes when I know that I don't. Okay, so moving on to my favorite part, which is foundation. I am going to be using two foundations. I know, if you were like me, I was very skeptical of like mixing makeup, and I never liked the thought of it. I was like, ugh, it's so messy. I just want to find a one and done, but hear me out. So I am going to be using the Pat McGrath, what is this? The Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. She's a little expensive, but she is bomb. If you are familiar with Pat McGrath's makeup line, she prides herself on making your skin still look like skin. And I feel like that's the ultimate goal with makeup. You don't want to look cakey. So I love this foundation. However, it's a little runny, and sometimes I want a little bit more coverage. Now I know this is buildable, but this is where I come in with my absolute favorite foundation, which is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation by NARS. I have tried so many different foundations out there and I always go back to this one. This just has a beautiful creamy consistency and it provides a little bit more coverage than this does. So put these two together, chef's kiss. Your skin still looks like skin, but you get that coverage that maybe you want to hide some dark spots or some acne scars. These two together are just beautiful. So as far as application goes, this makeup pack has just really helped me like make a beautiful, even blend of foundation onto my face. So I like to use a dense brush, just like this one. This is the E.L.F, once again E.L.F, Ultimate Blending Brush. It's a very dense brush, so it works for liquid products. And I like to stipple this just to apply an even layer of foundation onto my skin. And then I like to go in with a damp beauty blender. This is also E.L.F. Wow, E.L.F should be sponsoring this video. This is my E.L.F beauty sponge. It's a little bit damp. And then I like to blur away any streaks that maybe my brush left. So the reason that I do this is because when I feel like I just use a brush, I sometimes can't get into the crevices or it leaves streaks or it kind of just moves product around, versus sometimes when I just use a beauty sponge, it soaks up all of my makeup. Like, and this shit is expensive. So if you want to get the best of both worlds and you want like a beautiful blend of foundation on your skin, try this method. It will come out bomb, I promise you guys. So I'm just gonna go in with my Pat McGrath. See, as you can tell, it's really runny. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's not a bad thing. Just personally, I want a little bit more coverage because she is more on the sheer side. And I usually like to use the back of my palm just because it warms up the product and it really helps them melt together. Now this might look a little bit off on my skin, but I'm trying to really like match my neck. So that is the ultimate goal. And I usually just kind of dot. As you can tell, I have some breakouts going on my chin. So we want to hide those. And then when it comes to my forehead, I like to apply literally the smallest amount of makeup because nothing is worse than when you have this kind of like white cast or when your foundation's a little bit lighter and it looks like you're wearing a mask. So I don't like to apply a lot of foundation onto my forehead, just a little bit like that. And then of course you can't forget the neck, girl. So once I have a good layer of foundation on my skin, I'm just gonna go in with this brush and stipple. And I just love the even application that this brush gives. And then once I have a good distribution of the product from the brush, I like to just very lightly kind of start blending that in. Now you don't want to blend too hard because it's just going to move the makeup around on your face and it's not going to apply that even layer that we really want. So it doesn't have to look perfect because we're going to go in with our E.L.F beauty sponge. This one is very slightly damp. Beauty sponges are so hard to work with because if they're too wet, they take off your makeup, and if they're too dry, they absorb all of your makeup. So just got to get that sweet spot. This is why I like doing the two together, and it's just very slightly damp, and we're just gonna blend out any streaks or uneven application. Honestly, I love foundation because I feel like it really just takes your makeup look to the next level. That's when you really start seeing things come together and you're like, okay, I see where this is going. So now we are going to add some dimension to our face because we are looking a little flat here, and we're going to go in with concealer. I am going to be using the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. I love this stuff. She, once again, is a little pricey, but I feel like the consistency and coverage, this is like a medium coverage concealer. It's perfect for that no makeup look, and it also applies really beautiful on top of foundation. So when I apply concealer, I'm just really focusing right in the eye socket area, like where my eye bags are. And we do not want to drag out our concealer too far. Like, remember the triangle method of makeup back in like, what was it, like 2017? We're not gonna do that, no. Because if you bring your concealer too far out, it can actually accentuate your eye bags and make you look more tired. So I like to keep my concealer really right and tight, just like right here, right where my eye bag kind of eye socket area is. And I'm actually gonna apply my concealer maybe like a ½ inch below my lash line, because you do not want a product buildup right in your lash line. It's gonna look cakey and you just don't want that. So trust me, bring your concealer kind of right down here, right where my eye bags are, and I really just focus it on this section right here. I know some people go really crazy with like concealer and contour and stuff like that, but I like to keep it realistic. Like if you were in a rush, ain't nobody got time to do all that. So this is my approach. Okay, so once again, we're going back in with that same sponge. This is my E.L.F sponge. I love the shape of this. It's not too big and you can pinch it to get a little bit more precise of blending. So I'm really just gonna focus in this like inner area, just really brighten our face to give us that like radiant, awake look. So just gonna blend this away, and you don't want to drag it too far out. Already looks so much better, right? Okay, moving on to baking. Yes, I said baking. Do not get intimidated. I know people think that, oh, if you're baking, you're doing like a full-on makeup look. It's like a full face, using crazy techniques and whatnot. No, we are literally going to bake for like less than a second. And this is really just going to set our makeup. It's gonna give us a beautiful like airbrushed look. And it's really just gonna prevent any creasing for our concealer. So I'm gonna go in with my good old Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be so quick, because the thing with baking is if you do it for too long, it's gonna look cakey. And that flashback in photos is not cute. I know we have all been there where we've gotten carried away with translucent powder. We are going to do this for literally a second, and we're not gonna be super heavy-handed with it. So a little makeup hack that I like to do when applying face products such as foundation, bronzer, whatnot, is I like to keep my powder or press products together, and then we are going to set those with a MAC Fix Plus spray or any spray of your choice, because we want to really melt those products together. And powders can kind of look a little dusty, a little cakey, and they can kind of dry out your skin. So we are going to bring hydration back into our skin after using those products. I know a lot of people think, oh, you only use setting spray at the very end of your makeup application. No, we're gonna sandwich some setting sprays. So we're gonna do powder, MAC Fix Plus, any cream products, and then a setting spray to lock it all together. Trust me on this one. So the other powder products that I'm referencing are my bronzer. I love using a powder bronzer because I feel like cream or stick bronzers are a little too harsh. They kind of give you that like chiseled look when we really want a soft diffused look. So I'm gonna be bronzing my cheeks while the translucent powder is going to be setting on my face. I'm saying this beforehand because I'm telling you guys, I don't want to try to talk and do my makeup at the same time, because we do not want to have that translucent powder on our face for too long. So we are going to be bronzing our cheeks with MAC Give Me Sun. Of course, I've been using this for years. And like mascara, I don't really venture off in trying new bronzers because this has been so good to me. This gives you a beautiful sun-kissed look. It acts as a contour, and it's just great on my skin complexion. So I'll be using this as a bronzer. I'm gonna bronze my forehead a bit because I can see that my foundation doesn't really match my forehead skin color. So we're gonna go ahead and start baking because my concealer is already setting in. So I have my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Just gonna kind of pinch this in half. Dab it right there where we applied our concealer. Boom, boom, boom. And I kind of like to bring it down the bridge of my nose because if you have combination skin like me, you get a little oily around your nose, so. Okay, woo, we gotta move quick. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with MAC Give Me Sun. I like to take a super big bronzer brush. I actually don't know what brand this is, but kind of looks like this. And I'm gonna get some product onto the brush. I just like to start off with a light hand because rule of thumb, you can always add more. Do not go in heavy-handed on your first try because that's where things go south and there's no turning back. So the way I like to apply bronzer, this is also another makeup hack that I like to do to give a more soft, less harsh look. I like to kind of apply the product in a bouncing motion, almost like a beauty blender, and create a guide for where I want to bronze my face. And then I like to blend upwards. So I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I have some product on my brush and I just kind of like to focus right here. I know a lot of makeup artists like to go in straight and just going back and forth, and then it creates this really horrible harsh line. But I just like to apply the product with a light motion. It creates a guide, and then I like to blend upwards. And this is gonna create such a beautiful diffused look because it's gonna blend so seamlessly into our blush, and our blush is gonna blend into our highlight, and it's just gonna create this beautiful gradient blend onto your face. So I like to blend it upwards because it really gives you just like this high cheekbone moment. So lightly bounce as a guide, kind of find where your cheekbones are, and then start blending upwards. And I'm just going super light into the product and applying it right on my forehead. I'm doing the same motion because it really just gives this blend versus going back and forth. There we go. Bronzer done. Okay, so now that our translucent powder has been sitting on our face for a hot minute, we're just going to dust that off. I like to just lightly pat it into the skin. And then any excess product you can just kind of lightly feather outwards. So any product that is just left on your brush, you can apply it to anywhere that you kind of get oily, but you don't want a super mattifying look. So I get kind of oily on my forehead and my chin. So see how much of a difference that made? That really just kind of locked in my concealer, but I look a little dull. I look a little flat, I look a little matte, and we want that fresh, glowy, dewy look. So this is where we're gonna go in with our MAC Fix Plus. We're gonna bring back some hydration into our skin, and we're just gonna melt all of that makeup that we did together. The goal here is to make our skin still look like skin. Okay, so I have my good old MAC Fix Plus, and we are just going to give a very light layer. So, makeup hack number 2 or 3, I don't know, I'm losing track. When you are setting your makeup with your MAC Fix Plus, you're gonna wait till it's kind of almost dry. Go back in with your beauty blender, and we're gonna lightly press that product and that spray into our skin to further just blend these products together. I have been doing this for a while now. We're just doing it with a very light hand. And I'm telling you guys, my makeup just looks so much better. It's such a simple, easy hack, but it really does make all of the difference because it sets that setting spray really into all of the products. Now that we have our powder products out of the way, they are set, they are melted, they are blended beautifully, we are going to move on to our cream products. Now, for blush, I will be using a cream blush, and let me just say, I was one of those girls who was very skeptical on cream blush. I thought it was just really messy, and I didn't like the idea. I just assumed you would look like a clown, and I was just so not about it, you guys, until I came across these products. So the 2 products I will be using today are the Tower 28 Luminous Tinted Balms. Now, let me tell you guys, the consistency on these blush balms, so beautiful. It kind of gives you that chapstick lip balm feel without being sticky. And the reason that I love this line is because, first of all, it is a clean line at Sephora, so that means it is cruelty-free, free of parabens, all of that stuff. And the consistency, the shades, the fact that it's so buildable, you can start small and work your way up, or if you want a more natural look, you can have a very light hand with it. It's just so creamy on the skin, and the owner of this makeup line is actually an Asian American, so if that is not enough reasons to support this line, I don't know what to tell you. I actually like to mix 2 colors because I'm telling you guys, these colors are so good that I can't just pick one, so I like to mix them together. The 2 shades that I have here are the Magic Hour, and this is the Golden Hour. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna really focus on the apples of my cheeks, and we're actually going to bring our blush upwards. Now, I know a lot of people just put blush right on the apples of your cheeks, but that can go wrong very fast because if you just focus on the apples of your cheeks, your face can look rounder. I know. So if you want a more what is this motion? This more lifted look, you can bring your blush, you can start on the apples of your cheeks and kind of bring it right on top of the bronzer that you just applied. And trust me, it's just gonna give you this radiant glow, a lifted look, a more awake, vibrant, youthful glow. So what's my rule of thumb, class? You can always add more. So I start with a super light hand. I focus on the apples of my cheeks. And I like to start in small little motions, like circles. And I'm gonna bring it upwards. Look how beautiful this is blending. Like, I'm telling you guys. This is also great for no makeup look if you just want a little bit of rosiness in your cheeks. So beautiful. I literally applied the smallest amount because if I want to add more, I can. So we are almost done. We're gonna be moving on to highlight. Today I will be using my Rare Beauty, none other, of course, the Rare Beauty Liquid Luminizer in the shade Flaunt. I love this shade. I know a lot of people like Mesmerize, but personally, since I have a little bit of a more deeper complexion, the gold flecks in these are just so beautiful on the skin. So the one thing I will say about this liquid luminizer is do not go in with a heavy hand, because this product is it's on the wet side. So if you apply too much of this at first, it is going to move your makeup around and it's just not a pretty finish. So I have learned how to work with this product, and less is more because you can have more control of blending and it's not gonna move or take off any makeup that you have underneath. So less is more. And I will show you guys what I'm talking about. I literally just applied 2 dots, like boom, boom, that's it. Do not go crazy with it. You can already see how pigmented it is on my skin. And then I'm just going to lightly blend this out with my finger, and I like to bring it upwards because it'll further lift my face and kind of give me that high cheekbone moment. Oh, these baby hairs will be the death of me. Get back there. How beautiful is that? Boom. Now, if you want to go in with a kind of like a pressed or powder highlight, that is totally up to you. I just like how this blends with my Tower 28 blush, like the 2 cream products together, to die for. Now, if you want to take this highlighter in other places, you are more than welcome to. I like to keep it simple, efficient, do the bare minimum, but still look poppin'. So I just apply it to my cheekbones. I know some people like to do their Cupid's bow, the tip of their nose, like all of that. I don't need all that. So we're going to move on. We are almost done, you guys. We're going to move on to our lower lash line. We are gonna go back in with our Supreme Nudes palette, and we're just gonna take this dark color right here called Aesthetic, and we're just gonna pop that onto our lower lash line with a pencil brush. So I will be using my MAC pencil brush. This is great for just like smudging eyeliner or applying anything on your lower lash line. And I love adding this stuff because it really just like smokes out your eye and gives you that soft glam look that we are going for. And this is optional too, but I'm just gonna pop on a little bit of mascara on my lower lash line as well. But don't get crazy with it because no one likes spider lashes. You don't want, y'all know what I'm talking about. Done and done. Okay, so now that we have our cream products out the way, what are we gonna do, class? Yes, we are going to go in with our setting spray because we are gonna sandwich those sprays in together and melt everything together, bring some hydration back, and make sure our makeup lasts all day. So I'm gonna be locking my makeup in with none other than the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. This stuff is just so good. No other setting spray compares to this. So I'm gonna give it a good shake and apply this all over. And don't think I forgot about lips. We are still gonna go back and do that, but I like to just set it while everything is freshly applied. Seems like a lot, right? Just trust me. All right, class. Now, who can guess what we're gonna do next based on previous makeup hacks and steps? We are going to set that setting spray into our skin with a beauty blender or any beauty sponge. So very light-handedly, we're just pounce, pounce, pounce. And we're just further blending all of the makeup in layers and powders with creams. Done and done. Now, last step. Woo, we made it. Congrats to you, girl. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is so easy. Okay, so last step is lips. I feel like lips is that last step that really pulls the look together and you're like, I did that. So today I'm gonna be using my favorite lip product. Let me put you guys onto this product because I feel like it's really hard to find a good liquid lipstick that doesn't dry out your damn lips or it's like too matte, but then I feel like sometimes gloss can get too sticky, especially if you're wearing a mask. It is just a mess up in there. So I absolutely love this ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip product. This is in the shade Starling. And the reason why I love this lip product is because it just kind of pulls some of the pigment from our eyeshadow, so it creates this like monochromatic, sexy, chic look, but it also just acts as an enhancement to your natural lip color. It's not too crazy, it's not too pink, it's not too brown, it's not too red, just right. And the best part is it's long lasting and it's not drying. So I'm gonna go in. I really hope this isn't like limited edition so I can hook you guys up, because this is like my go-to lip product. I wear this for a no makeup look. I wear this for this kind of look. Like, it's just very versatile. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, I have some lip balm on my lips. Always got to start with a good base, hydration. You don't want any peeling or flaking or any of that nasty stuff on your lips. And I'm just gonna go in with this product. And it glides on so smooth, you guys. And you see how it's not too much. Like, it kind of looks like my natural lip color, just gives a little bit of oomph. All right guys, that wraps up this look. I absolutely love this look, and I'm telling you, it is so quick, it is so easy, and I just feel like that bitch. So I hope you guys do too, and you learn some helpful tips and hacks along the way. I will go ahead and see you guys in my next video, but thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.